Good morning. This is July the 4th, Thursday, 2024, and we are in BBA section B, second semester, compulsory English class. And today we will read George Orwell's text, Shooting an Elephant. It is an essay which is based on reality. George Orwell was stationed in Burma as a police officer, and he describes one incident that took place one day. And what we're doing is we have invited one student, one of us, and I'll teach you the lesson, and the student will be over there, and she will listen to us, and she will make notes on the whiteboard, and you may copy her notes or you may make your own notes. So Arya, you are ready? Thank you so much for your cooperation, right? Okay, here you are. As you like. म पढाउँछु, तिमी सुनेर तिम्रो लागि यो तिम्रो कपी हो के, यो कपी तिम्रो हो र तिम्रो कपी कसरी बनाउँछौ गर्ने है त. Okay, let's begin. Let's begin the talk. Hello? Listen to me. So first off, let's go to the topic, title. What is the title? Shooting an elephant. That's the title. So there are two key words in that, right? What is the first word? Shooting. What does shooting mean? Killing. Hunting. Good words he gave. Hunting. Shooting means hunting. Where do you hunt? Jungle. Normally you hunt wild animals, right? But do you think in this essay it's about wild animals hunting or domestic animals hunting? It's about domestic animals hunting. This is unusual, right? You normally do not shoot an animal that you keep as a pet. Do you shoot your pets? No. Do you shoot an animal which you have kept home? No. This is unusual, right? So, hunting an elephant. Have you seen hunting an elephant? Somebody? It's too big to hunt, I guess. Have you seen on television? Okay, who is the writer? Do you know about him? Have you heard any other books by him? There is a very famous book, 1984 by George Orwell. It's a novel. In 1984, George Orwell presents a society, a totalitarian society, where the ruler controls everything. And there are CCTVs everywhere, in a sense, to watch your privacy. And you are always being monitored, looked at. There is another novel, very famous, very famous. Animal Farm. What novel? Animal Farm. And people say that the novel Animal Farm criticizes communism. It criticizes communism because in communism people are raised like herds, cattle. Okay, leave that. So now let's come to this story. Have you read the story? Have you done? Have you done? Apeksha? Done? Attendance. Everybody is done? Okay, when you read a story, there are certain things you look for. I'll name them one by one. First, you look for setting in a story. Write down. Number one, you look for setting. Quickly. Give 3 arrows next to setting. And write 1 arrow. Time. Another arrow. Place. Another arrow. Atmosphere. Now, after setting, the second thing you look for in a story is, can somebody tell me? Characterization. Character. Character. You look for character. Now give an arrow next to character and write names, age, dress, habits, relation with other characters, role in the story. What do characters do in a story? Hello? What do they do? What do characters do in a story? They speak. If this classroom was a drama, I'm one character, right? I'm one character. And what am I doing? I'm speaking, right? So characters speak. What do you call their speech? Dialogue. Give an arrow next to character and write, below character, write number 3. Number 3, dialogue. Number 3, dialogue. And next to dialogue, write memorable lines from the story. Memorable lines from the story. Okay. Do you just speak in day-to-day life? As you speak, you move your hands, you move your legs, you move your body. You are doing something when you speak, right? For example, as I speak, I am teaching you. What do you call that? What do you do? What do you call that? You call action. You call action. Write down. Number 4. Setting, character, dialogue, action. Action. Or write plot. Action or plot. Action or plot. Now go horizontal and we'll understand how to study plot. So write normal situation at one end, this side. Normal situation. Then give an arrow. Then write conflict. No, in the same, parallel. Not up and down. Yes, good. Normal situation, then conflict, then complication. Yes, Ashwi is yarning early morning. He will make me yarn soon now. Yarning is so contagious. Do you know it's so contagious. Even if you have video call across the oceans, then if they yarn, you yarn. It's so contagious. Okay, leave that. So what did I say? Normal situation, then conflict, then complication, then crisis, then climax. Now, if you make a diagram, the climax should be the highest point in the diagram. Like in economics, you make diagrams, curves go up, curves go down, right? In economics, when price goes up, your curve goes up, right? When price falls, curves go down. So in climax, your curve will go highest, right? Now, the highest point is climax, most exciting point in the story. Now, just next to climax, write reversal. Reversal. R-E-V-E-R-S-A-L. Reversal. Now the situation changes, and from reversal, draw a straight falling line like the stock exchange. In NEPSA, you see a line. In NEPSA, it goes up and down. So draw vertical falling line. Come to the bottom. And in the vertical falling line, write resolution. 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 Now draw a parallel line, the last, like the normal line. And now write normal situation. Normal situation. I cannot see Arya how she is drawing, but I wonder if she could catch my analysis properly. It's like a parallel going up, coming down, and parallel. So your story begins with normal and ends with normal. Begins with normal and ends with normal. Sometimes some stories do not end with normal. Sometimes some stories end at the climax, I agree. But often the pattern is begin with the normal, then there is trouble because events take place, like somebody is killed, somebody is murdered, somebody is kidnapped, right? The country falls down, there is earthquake, again you come down and normal. Normal to normal. Okay, next point. So first we wrote setting, then we wrote character, then we wrote dialogue, then we wrote action or plot. Now next, theme. Theme or issue. Or issue. Or issue. Next point. Next point. Argument. Argument. अब मैले तिमीहरूलाई यो केही पनि स्टोरी नपढाइकिन अहिले तिमीले यहाँ पढ सबै फिल गर्न सक्छौ? मैले स्टोरी पढाइन ल, मैले पढाउँदै पढाइन हैन, अनि तिमीलाई आफै पढ भने अनि यो कुरा उसले आर्यले त्यहाँ जे लेखिरहेको छ त्यो एलिमेन्ट खोजेर बना भन्न सक्छ सक्दैन? बोलेन भने चाहिँ सक्दैन, म आफै आइल हेल्प यु। कति प्यारा विद्यार्थी हो, बोल्दैन नि तिम्रो हैन हैन। It's a wonderful feeling early morning being with people like you. है रमाइलो हो नि, बिहानमा तपाईँ यङ बच्चासँग पढ्नुहुन्छ, गफ गर्नुहुन्छ, कुरा गर्नुहुन्छ, इट्स वन्डरफुल फिलिङ। यसोले के गर्दै लुकाइहाले के हेर्दै थियो? ओके, लेट्स टक। सो लेट्स बिगिन विथ what is the first point?
Setting.
Over there, setting. Can somebody tell me what is the time? You know, every story presents a word. A story presents a world, and that world is based on imagination. Sometimes it is also based on fact. The world in this story is based on fact. So can somebody tell what is the time in this story? What time things happen? Someone? You haven't read? अब गाली खाने बेला आयो। अब के बेला आयो? गाली खाने बेला आयो, नपढी आयो नि त। The time is 1920s and 30s. 1920s and 30s. Now second is place, right? What is the place in the story? Burma, India. Burma, India. Now, India was a free country in 1920? No. India was ruled by Britain. So, next to time, where you wrote 1920-30, write colonial era. Write colonial era. What era? Colonial era. Good. Now, when you talk about place, you first said it's about India, then you said it's about Burma, because before colony, I think Burma was part of India, I guess, right? I'm not sure about geography. Okay, now you said India, the broader place. Then you said Burma, the smaller location. Now exactly the town where this happened was Moulmein, right? The exact place. In place, Moulmein, Moulmein. Now what is atmosphere? Environment. Can you parable? What is environment? How do you, when I say, how was the environment? Okay, suppose somebody calls you and you're right now, you're on phone and you say, we're having English class. And they say, how is the environment in your classroom? So what do you say? Yeah?
Friendly.
Yeah?
Friendly.
Friendly, okay. Environment is the kind of feeling you have in a place. Okay? Here, this classroom is friendly. Don't write over there in your note copy. I'm just making you understand. Friendly. It's peaceful. It's early morning. Right? Friendly, peaceful, early morning. Not very hot, not very cold. Now, another word for environment, as I said earlier, is atmosphere. It is atmosphere. And you cannot understand the atmosphere in a story unless you finish the whole story. Because atmosphere is, let's define it, the general overall impression of the story. You can write it down there. You can define it. How do you define atmosphere? General overall impression of the story. Atmosphere is general overall impression of the story. We will fill that field later on when we finish the story. Now, let's go to the characters. Second is character, right? So, every story is told by someone, right? What do you call the guy or girl who tells us the story? Narrator. In a poem, you call it a speaker. But in a story, you don't call it a speaker. You call it narrator. And in a poem, you don't call it narrator. No, never. In a poem, you call it a speaker or persona. But in a story, you don't call it speaker. You don't call persona. You call it narrator. So write down narrator. Now, Prasna is also yarning, right? Early morning. I wonder, Prasna, what makes you feel lazy? Or is it natural?
Sometimes people want to do.
But you know, when you yarn, I feel like my class is quite ineffective. I feel like you are not interested. I feel like you are not connected to me.
What if someone wants to throughout the day?
Throughout the day.
Still not lazy.
It's the problem with them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, leave that. So, okay. Now, narrator, right? Can somebody tell me other characters in the story? Sometimes, mostly characters are humans, right? But in some stories, non-humans also can be character. So can somebody tell another important character? The elephant. Right down under the over there. The elephant. The elephant is a character. Who is the other character? The elephant. Write down. Yakna choya disa.
She does not understand.
You understand? Please write fast. I know some Nevari, right? What did I say? Yakna choya disa. With respect. Yeah. Yeah.
Red marker.
Marker?
Red marker.
Oh. I have. Good, you remember. We can make beautiful notes. Look what I've got. Red, you need red, right? You said red. Wait a minute. Blue. Wait a minute. Oh God. Oh, yes, red. Okay. So second character is elephant. The third character is the police constable. The police constable who informs him about the elephant. The police constable. The police constable. He makes a call to the narrator and tells that there is a problem. Another character is an old lady. मलाई अहिले पढेर भन्दा मलाई भित्रबाट अनह्याप्पिनेस भइरहेछ किन मेरो मनमा के भइरहेछ भने त्यो मैले पढाएन नि त अनि मैले भन्न परिरहेछ म रिस उठिरहेछ कि किन पढाएँ भनेर तिमीलाई यस्तै हुन्थ्यो टिचर भए है म तिम्रो विद्यार्थी भएर नपढि आए यस्तै हुन्थेन किन हुँदैन नपढि आयो भने त भइहाल्छ नि
अनि सर अनि अब म टिचर भएँ भने अनि अरूले पढिरहेको छैन भने मैले चाहिँ पढिरहेको छु म सुनाइदिन्छु नि के छ मेरो कामै त्यही भयो।
कति चलाकमा सुनाइन्छु घर सुनाउनु
मैले एक्सप्लेन गर्दा पनि त्यही भएको
हो।
तपाईँले भन्नु पढाएको छैन तपाईँलाई नराम्रो लाग्यो मैले सर 4 पोइन्टमा भनिदिन्छु यिनीहरूले सबै क्लियर भयो।
ल ठिक छ ओके एन ओल्ड लेडी राइट देन नेक्स्ट राइट चिल्ड्रेन चिल्ड्रेन old lady children then villagers I missed one very important character. Can somebody tell me? Very important character who comes at the first second paragraph. The Buddhist monk. Good guess. But Arya, the narrator himself is the hunter. The Buddhist monk. Okay, now we wrote characters, right? Now we'll go to the plot. And what you can do, now I'll tell the story and you can outline the story here neatly, okay? Okay. So let me read the first paragraph and show you how the story opens. In Mulmin in Lower Burma, I was hated by large numbers of people. The only time in my life that I have been important enough for this to happen to me, I was sub-divisional police officer of the town, and in an aimless, petty kind of way, anti-European feeling was very better. No one had the guts to raise a riot, but if a European woman went through the bazaars alone, somebody would probably spit beetle juice over her dress. As a police officer, I was an obvious target and was baited whenever it seemed safe to do so. When a nimble Burman tripped me up on the football field and the referee, another Burman, looked the other way, the crowd yelled with hideous laughter. This happened more than once. In the end, the sneering yellow faces of young men that met me everywhere, the insults hooted after me when I was at a safe distance, got badly on my nerves. The young Buddhist priests were the worst of all. There were several thousands of them in the town, and none of them seemed to have anything to do except stand on street corners and jeer at. Okay. मैले पढिरहेको थिएँ नि मेरो अपेक्षा के थियो कि तपाईले मलाई हेर्नु तपाईले क्विकली मसँगै पढ्नुहुन्छ जब मैले पढिरहेको थिएँ नि मैले तपाईलाई भनिनै नि हैन केही भने नि त मेरो एक्सपेक्टेसन के थियो कि मैले खर्र पढ्दा विद्यार्थी पनि खर्र पढ्छ अनि बल्ल मेरो कुरा क्याच गर्छ नि त तिमीले मलाई हेरेर बस्यो अब क्याच गर्न गाह्रो हुन्छ सो the opening of any story is very important because it sets the tone and setting of the story. Now atmosphere is very clear. Do you see? There is a sub-divisional police officer, right? So right here, narrator, right here, sub-divisional police officer. So the narrator is sub-divisional police officer. अब ध्यान दिँदैन अब म रिसाउँछु ल नानी मलाई चाहिँ त्यो सिन्सियरली पढेर आए बेला बच्चा बच्चीले सुनेन भन्ने भयो भने झ्याप्पै रिसाउँछु के मलाई ध्यान दिएन भन्ने मेरो मनमा पर्यो भने मलाई एकदमै त्यो हर्ट फिल हुन्छ कि ओके सो द narrator is sub-divisional police officer and now his racial background is white. Write down white European, white British European. He is white British European. And somewhere, if you listen to me carefully, he uses a racial slur to refer the local people. How does he call the local people? The yellow faces. He calls them You know, when Chinese people go to America and when the American racist white people have to insult Chinese people, they call them the yellow skin. Asians. Asians are called as yellow skin. In countries like Australia or America, where if somebody has racial discrimination. So, look here. He is white British European, right? Now draw on down here on right, yellow faces. The Burman or Indian people. The Burman or Indian people. Yellow faces. The Burman or Indian people. And did you remember what he said? He said that wherever the Europeans went in the market, they were hated. They were hated. Now write hatred. Now here write with it hatred. There is hatred between the two people. Do you see? The relation between the white European Britishers and the yellow-faced Indians is one of hatred. One of hatred. Relation is not good. So there is tension. There is, now where is the plot line you wrote here? Now write here.
Plot?
Yeah, here.
Oh.
Right. Tension between, so the conflict is tension between the whites and the Indians. Tension between the whites and the Indians. ध्यान दिएर सुन है, तिमीले नपढी त आयो ठिकै छ, मैले केही गाली गर्दिनँ अब, तर पढाउन चाहिँ सुन्नु पर्यो। पहिलो कुरा पढेर आउनु पर्थ्यो, नपढी आयो ठिकै छ, सरले पढाइहाल्नु छ विश्वास लाग्यो। Okay, now let me move to second paragraph. All this was perplexing and upsetting for, as I read you follow the line. You read silently as I read loudly. All this was perplexing and upsetting, for at the time I had already made up my mind that imperialism was an evil thing, and the sooner I chucked up my job and got out of it better. Theoretically and secretly, of course, I was all for the Burmese and all against the oppressors, the British. As for the job I was doing, I hated it more bitterly than I can perhaps make clear. In a job like that, you see the dirty work of empire at close quarters, the wretched prisoners huddling in the stinking cages of the lockups, the grey crowd faces of the long-term convicts, the scarred buttocks of the men who had been bogged with bamboos. All these oppressed me with an intolerable sense of guilt, but I could do nothing. Into perspective, I was young and ill-educated, and I had to think out of my problem in the utter silence that is imposed on every Englishman in the East. I did not even know that the British Empire is dying. Still less did I know that it is a great deal better than the younger empires that are going to supplant it. All I knew was that I was stuck between my hatred of the empire I served and my rage against the evil-spirited little beasts who tried to make my job impossible. With one part of my mind, I thought of the British Raj as an unbreakable tyranny, as something clamped down in secularism upon the will of the prostrate people. With another part, I thought that the greatest joy in the world would be to drive a bayonet into the Buddhist priest's guts. Feeling like these are the normal byproducts of imperialism. Ask any Anglo-Indian official if you can catch him off duty. A long paragraph, a very important paragraph. So what do you see? Arya, we missed one point here. Somewhere right here you make a, this one here. Number 7, narration. All right, narration. So the narrator is one of the characters, right? If you quickly followed as I was reading, did you realize the narrator says that he was, first listen, then understand, then note down. The narrator says that he was sandwiched between two situations. He says that he did not want to work as a police officer. He says that he did not like the European people ruling Burma. He says that he hated what they were doing here. Then he says that I also hated the local people because they were so violent, they were so upsetting, they did not let me do my duty. Now, do you see there are two elements in the story? One, the British rulers, one, the local people ruled, and in between them is the narrator, right? So let's draw. How do we say? The rulers, the ruled, and the narrator. See the situation. We have the ruler, empire. We have the empire where the sun did not sit down. It was said that in the English empire the sun never sat down because they ruled all the way from America to India. Okay. So we have the ruler, we have the rule, and we have the ruled. The subject. Let's write subject.
Subject.
Yeah, people. I mean subject of people.
People like the
Write subject.
subject. People.
Now give a down arrow, give an up arrow.
Down arrow.
Up arrow. In the sense that he was sandwiched. I want to make you understand. You are in a situation where you are under pressure from both sides. People hate you. People hate you. You hate the rulers. People hate you. You hate your boss. Because your boss makes you do something unwanted, you don't like. You are a police officer and you know that the rule is bad, right? Okay. Now let's move ahead. Next paragraph. One day something happened. Now para 1 and 2, they create the setting and atmosphere. Paragraph 1 and 2 create setting and atmosphere. They give you the background of the story. If you read para 1 and 2 carefully, you will understand the background of the story. So we were talking about somewhere atmosphere. Where is atmosphere? Here. So you can write here racial tension, hatred and distrust. Do you call it distrust or mistrust? What is the right word? Distrust or mistrust? I don't know. What is the right word? Distrust or mistrust? Whatever it is, you check and write. So atmosphere is racial tension and okay, fine. Racial tension. Okay, that's all. Now, from third paragraph, the plot moves ahead. One day something happened. Every story begins in a normal way and then something happens. And this something creates problem. Now, what happened? Can somebody tell me what happened? Let me read quickly. I have to check time also. One day something happened which in a roundabout way was enlightening. It was a tiny incident in itself, but it gave me a better glimpse than I had had before of the real nature of imperialism, the real motives for which despotic governments act. Early one morning, the sub-inspector at the police station, the other end of the town, rang me up. I'll tell it quickly. Now you note down here. Here gets a telephone call. Now let me tell the story quickly. A police sub-inspector calls him on the phone to the narrator and tells him that one elephant has gone crazy. And this elephant that has gone crazy, it is ravaging the huts in the bazaar. It is damaging all the houses of the people. This is how the problem starts. So good. So this is the conflict, right? Now let me cut short the story because we have 20 minutes time to finish. Hello. What the elephant has done? The elephant has killed a coolie. The elephant has killed a coolie. Now that is complication, over complication, right? Elephant kills coolie. Elephant kills coolie. The elephant kills coolie. Yeah, huh? Coolie. The elephant kills coolie. Let me read the line where it is described. Hello? Can you follow the line? Let me read the line where the scene is described. Look here. There was something that the children ought not to have seen. I rounded the hut and saw. Now listen. If you can follow in the book, please follow the book. I saw a man's dead body is sprawling in the mud. He was an Indian, a black Dravidian coolie, almost naked, and he could not have been dead many minutes. The people said that the elephant had come suddenly upon him round the corner of the hut, caught him with its trunk, put its foot on his back, and ground him into the earth. This was the rainy season, and the ground was soft, and his face had scored a trench a foot deep and a couple of yards long. He was lying on his belly with arms crucified and head sharply twisted to one side. His face was coated with mud, the eyes wide open, the teeth bared and grinning with an expression of unendurable agony. The great beast's foot had stripped the skin from his back as neatly as one skins a rabbit. This is a significant paragraph. This is important because it is highly descriptive, vivid description of gory image. It's a gory image. What is a gory image? Gory means full of blood and flesh. कसैलाई मारेर तलवारले टुक्रा टुक्रा पारेर लास फाल्यो भने गोरी हुन्छ कि तिमी त्यो लास हेर्न नसक्ने हुन्छ नि, हेर्न नसक्ने हिंसा कि, that is called gory, Gory. Okay. Now we talked about complication, right? Elephant kills coolie. Now when the elephant kills coolie, the whole people demand that the elephant must be killed. They demand that the elephant must be killed. But remember, the elephant has a health issue, and there is a word you can write here. You can write that in bracket. Just write M-U-S-T-H must. M-U-S-T must. M-U-S-T must. Must is a health problem with the elephant, male elephant. Sometimes male elephants, they go crazy and they behave like mad because of hormonal problem. And when the hormonal disturbance is down, the elephant's behavior becomes calm. It is very normal for elephants, they do. All male elephants sometimes behave as if they are crazy. Why? Not because they are mad. Not because they are mad, but because some hormonal changes in their body. And this elephant did not kill the coolie intentionally. The coolie came on the way. And the elephant, म नेपाली बोल्छु ल, कहिलेकाहीँ हामी घरमा देख्छौँ हाम्रा छोरीहरूको पिरियड हुने बेलामा चाहिँ इरिटेसन बढी हुन्छ. कति बेला त्यो एब्डोमिनल पेन बढी भयो भने इरिटेसन बढी हुन्छ. सामान्य तपाईँ बुझ्नुहुन्छ, हामी पिरियड भएको बेलामा चाहिँ के हुनसक्छ, इरिटेसन बढी हुन सक्छ. मैले यो मेटाफर एनालोजी किन दिएँ, टु मेक यु अन्डरस्ट्यान्ड कि त्यो एलिफेन्टलाई जुन भएको कुरा थियो त्यो एउटा सामान्य हेल्थ इस्यु थियो. इट वाज अ नर्मल हेल्थ इस्यु. द एलिफेन्ट ह्याड नट गन म्याड, द एलिफेन्ट वाज नट भायलेन्ट, राइट? I want to make you understand that the elephant was innocent. I want to make you understand the elephant was innocent. The elephant was innocent. It's important to understand this thing. Now, then I said, the 10,000 villagers come to the street and they ask this white man, the narrator, to kill the elephant. So he brings his rifle, .44 barrel rifle. And then let me read one more scene. I'm taking you down. Okay. Far down. Okay. When I pull the trigger, can you follow the line? When I pull the trigger. Now I'm jumping in the story because I have to finish with the time. So when I pull the trigger, I did not hear the bang or feel the kick. One never does when a shot goes home. But a shot goes home. The bullet kills right where it was intended to. But I heard the devilish roar of glee that went up from the crowd. When he shot the bullet, from the back, 10,000 people, Maro, 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 they shouted. 10,000 people. And this is important to understand because time and again, the narrator says, I don't want to kill the elephant. I don't want to kill the elephant. He says, I don't want to kill the elephant 3-4 times. But still he kills the elephant. Now the question is, why does he kill the elephant? Why does he kill the elephant? First, let me read this line. Follow me as I read the line. Quickly follow. I heard the devilish roar of glee that went up from the crowd. In that instant, in too short a time, one would have thought, even for the bullet to get there, a mysterious, terrible change had come over the elephant. He neither stirred nor fell, but every line of his body had altered. He looked suddenly stricken, shrunken, immensely old, as though the frightened impact of the bullet had paralyzed him without knocking him down. As at last, after what seemed a long time, it might have been 5 seconds, he sagged flabbily to his knees, his mouth slobbered. I won't read whole. He fires first in the ear, the elephant doesn't die. Then he fires in the heart, 3 shots. A river of blood comes, the elephant doesn't die. Then he fires maybe in the throat, the elephant doesn't die. What elephant does is finally when 5, 6, 7 bullets are shot, the elephant sags down on the hind legs, puts the front hands up, face up, the what do you call this long? Trunk goes up like this. And you know, the narrator, while the elephant puts his pistol in his mouth and shoots in the throat. So you will see, it's not shooting an elephant, it is murdering an innocent animal. The narrator has done the most heinous crime. The elephant was innocent. When they shoot, the elephant's problem was already solved. It was calm. But they shoot because the whole crowd says, Sahib can kill the elephant and he should kill the elephant. Okay, let me take it down again to some other paragraphs. Now, I'm taking you to this paragraph. Follow me. I got up. The Burmans were already racing past me across the mud. It was obvious that the elephant would never rise again. But he was not dead. He was breathing very rhythmically with long rattling gasps. His great mound of a side painfully rising and falling. His mouth was wide open. I could see far down into caverns of pale pink throat. I waited a long time for him to die, but his breathing did not weaken. Finally, I fired my 2 remaining shots into the spot where I thought his heart must be. The thick blood welled out of him like red velvet, but still he did not die. His body did not even jerk when the shots hit him. The tortured breathing continued without a pause. He was dying very slowly and in a great agony. But in some world remote from me, where not even... I like this line. The narrator feels kind about the elephant. Look at the line. But in some world remote from me, where not even a bullet could damage him further, God's world, I felt that I had got to put an end to that dreadful noise. It seemed dreadful to see the great beast lying there, powerless to move and yet powerless to die, and not even to be able to finish him. I sent back for my small rifle and poured shot after shot. Not, we don't know how many. Shot after shot into his heart and down his throat. Just imagine the scene. They seem to make no impression. The tortured gas continues as steadily as the tickling of the clock. In the end, now last paragraph, what we have done? So we have complication. Now crisis, you write here, killing of the elephant. Or let's say the crowd, crisis, the crowd. Climax, killing of the elephant. In the end, follow me the last two paragraphs. In the end, I could not stand it any longer. In the end, I could not stand it any longer and went away. I heard later that it took him half an hour to die. Burmans were bringing dars and baskets even before I left, and I was told they had stripped his body almost to the bones by the afternoon. Last paragraph. Afterwards, of course, there were endless discussions about the shooting of the elephant. The owner was furious. Now look, the owner was not consulted. The mahout was not consulted. Actually, they called the mahout, and the mahout ran to look for the elephant. And he asked, "Kota go elephant?" Then elephant went this side, and somebody told him this side. And the mahout went village after village searching this wrong side. And he was 12 hours away when the things became worse. Had the mahout come, he could have controlled the elephant. If he had come, he could control the elephant. Even if they had asked the owner, maybe the elephant would not be killed. So the elephant was cruelly killed for no reason. It was killed for no reason. And see the last line. The owner was furious, but he was only an Indian and could do nothing. This line is important. Right here. Where is theme? Theme. Right here. Colonial rule. And then write tension between colonizer and colonized. Tension between colonizer and colonized. Here is the line. But he was only an Indian. See the characterization. He was only an Indian and could do nothing. The elephant owner was Indian, therefore he could do nothing to the white man. Why? The Indians were the ruled subject. The white men were the rulers. See the theme. Besides, legally I had done, see the conspiracy. I had done the right thing, for a mad elephant has to be killed like a mad dog if its owner fails to control it. I think the elephant was not mad. The must is not madness. It is just a hormonal problem which is resolved. Read here, read ahead, follow me. Among the Europeans, opinion was divided. Now, the older European men said that killing was right. The younger men said, now this line is more important, pay attention, follow the line. The younger men said, it was a damn shame to shoot an elephant for killing a coolie, because an elephant was worth more than any damn Koringi coolie. Look, for the British people, a man was less valuable. The animal was more valuable. So the young white man said, "Kina mareko tyo hattilai, tyo jabo kuli marra ke huncha? Marihalcha ta." Oh God. Arya is laughing. Haina? Ho ki haina? Bichara heru ta. Tyo local मान्छेको लागि हात्ती मार्ने भन्छ के. Local मान्छे मार न. So do you see? You see the relationship between the colonizer and the colonized. The colonized were, you can write here, slave master relationship. Slave and master relationship. This relation was like slave and master. Okay, read here. The younger men said it was a damn shame to shoot an elephant for killing a coolie because an elephant was worth more than any damn Koringi coolie. And afterwards, I was very glad that the coolie had been killed. Oh God. See the line. I was happy that the coolie was killed. Oh God. See the white man saying this. I was happy that you are happy that somebody is killed. Why? Why? It put me legally in safe place. If there was a case in the court, I could say, मान्छे मारे थियो नमारे के गर्नु त? त्यो हात्तीको मालिकले मुद्दा हाल्यो भने त फेरि लड्नु पर्दैन मुद्दा त. मेरो हात्ती मारिदियो भने त के भन्न पाइयो? हात्तीले मान्छे मारिदिएर मारिदिए. He says, good that the coolie was killed because I am safe. See this mind of the ruler. Afterwards, I was very glad that the coolie had been killed. It put me legally in the right and it gave me a sufficient pretext, bahana, to shooting the elephant. Look, he says, killing of the coolie gave me a pretext to shoot the elephant. I often, now last line, I often wondered whether any of the others grasped that I had done it solely to avoid looking a fool. I missed one point. I missed it. I'll explain you now. Actually, he says that the Indians thought that the European white man is very powerful. He can do anything. So whenever the British people fail to do something, the locals will laugh at them. And nobody likes being laughed at. Nobody likes being mocked at. So he says, if I did not kill the elephant, they will laugh at me. And they will think, oh, what a coward Sahib. So to prove that I am brave in their eyes, I killed the elephant. The elephant became, what do you call, Bali ko bokal English, scapegoat. The elephant became a scapegoat. The elephant became a scapegoat. The elephant was killed simply to prove that a white Sahib is brave in the eyes of the colonized subject. Give us a big hand. तपाईले नपढि आउनुभयो, दुःख लाग्यो, पढाइमा धेरै कुरा फलो गर्न सक्नुहुन्थ्यो. Thank you Arya so much. उसलाई पनि give her a big hand. Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful notes you made.